We are so excited to welcome you to the 3 Ways to Start Taking Action Today webinar. My name is Felicia Brocolo. I am a certified life coach, and I'm also the director of marketing. Before learning this work, I was very proud of being busy, and I felt like I never had enough time to get done everything that I wanted to do. Once I learned the tools that we teach in Self-Coaching Scholars to start taking action and stop procrastinating, I blew my mind with the stuff that I got done. I just started living my life and my days on purpose. I feel like I just have this confidence now that if I want to do something, I can get it done.
I used to identify as someone who was really productive. Fast forward to learning the work and learning specifically planning results, I started to produce so quickly in less time. I think for me, I just didn't have the awareness that how I was working wasn't efficient and wasn't actually based on producing the result. It was the busying and working on the activity. Total game changer for me, and I use it not just in my business, but really in all areas of my life.
I was always about trying to get the A. What it turns out to be is more so like perfectionism. It's just this idea that in order for me to feel valuable, I need to do the best work. I realized this concept called B- work, just this idea that done is better than perfect. And a lot of times when we just work on completing something, it's actually pretty darn good. As I kept applying that, the faster I became in my work.
We're going to teach you our 3 ways to start taking action today. When we plan ahead of time, we're using the part of our brain called the prefrontal cortex. This is what separates us from animals and helps us create on purpose versus just living automatically. Planning ahead of time creates that time for us instead of just expecting it to pop up. I want you to write down everything that you need to do and everything that you want to do. You should prioritize it. Figure out what is important for you to get done. When I first started planning my schedule and writing everything down, I thought it was a race to see if I could get 3 million things done in one day. Getting all of the things done is not how you're going to get the results that you want to get. You have to plan the way that you want your life to be. So make sure your schedule is realistic. I want you to put it on your calendar. Once it's on your calendar, I think a challenging part is to follow your calendar, to actually do what you say you are going to do. You'll truly feel like you have control over your schedule. You'll truly know that if there's something that you want to do, you can do it.
Breaking down the task. In part, breaking down the task into even like, what's that starter task? What's the first thing that needs to happen? Because as you just do those simple things, breaking it down, what you're doing is you're setting your brain up for success. What you're doing is you're saying, hey, we're only going to do this one little thing. In these little ways, we can almost hack the brain in the sense of how can we make this easier for ourselves so that it's not some big dreaded task. And just knowing ahead of time and almost planning ahead of time, hey, you're probably not going to want to do this. I would say breaking things down and just being willing and understanding how to feel and then continuing to do the thing even though you might not feel like it.
The biggest tip that I have for you is to schedule your results. You want to break it down to write chapter 1 of ebook, and you put that in the time frame that you think is actually a little bit less than what you think it would take. And what happens is you start to do the most important thing first instead of those really little things that don't contribute to your productivity. You want to break it down into a result that you know is measurable instead of working on the activity, which could go on and on forever. It took me from taking a few weeks to complete something to shortening it down to just a couple of days.
If you go and join Self-Coaching Scholars, we have specific calls for time management and procrastination. You can talk one-on-one with a coach every single week to get your specific questions answered.